Broncos and the Seattle Seahawks. Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
On the set, you draw quarters. Line 54. Get that quarterback. And on. Kill.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. He's got a first down past the 30. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, and I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercises before this one, and they're paying off.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on first down. Now back to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Jenkins. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here's 2nd and 8. That one into the hands of Hamilton. And down he goes at the 49, a 3-yard pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Let's go now. 70, Indy. I got you. Bravo.
Out of the gun now on third down. Forced out to his left. It's caught. Jones. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 28. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll pick up 7 there on the first down keeper.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
Now a carry for Lindsey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now third down. Well, last week he found his way in the backfield from that linebacker position for 4 tackles for a loss. Another one there first quarter.
Yeah, help me out because we watched tape together before this game. We were watching what he did last week. Did that field tilt in his favor where he was just running downhill? It certainly felt like it, didn't it? It felt like it on that play as well.
Back in the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating first downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll start out here with a jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Being chased out left, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
No, check that. We're on Mike 52. Go. Danny.
From the shotgun, Wilson. That's complete to DK Metcalf. And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. DK Metcalf, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. The extra point up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Not today, you are. Not today. 5. Under. Hey, lock it. No. Patch it. 5.
2nd and 9 now. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Let's go. 18 Gators. 54 Mike. Let's put them on the buses. Let's put that team on the bus. Set. Hey, just go.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And able to find Deshaun Hamilton complete. That one good for 24 yards.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route. Drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That one good for 13 and a Denver 1st down. Getting the sense, Charles, they're going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, it's working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the 1st quarter.
Down. 10 Lobo. 54. Right, 54. That's the run. Check 3. Check 15. Check. Go out. Check. Let's go.
First carry of the game here for Royce Freeman. There's the stiff arm. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Ready? 8, read. Check. Watch the foot. Squeeze. Ready?
On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
The outlaw. Leo. Let go. Lucky. Sponge. No. Check 26. Hurry. Now.
They stopped after only a yard, taking it down to the 14. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On third down, it's Freeman, and he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. They'll run here with Freeman. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal.
We got to step it up. Check 24. Check 24. Kill.
They'll try to run with Lindsey, and he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. Philip Lindsey, his second touchdown on the season, and the Broncos have retaken the lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
They'll come up now second and 4 from the 31.
Hey, we got 3 down.
Now it's Carson, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Third down and 4.
Hey, 315. Hey, alert. Watch the screen. 52's and Mike. Watch Mike. Check the outs.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. It doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Play action. Now Wilson. And finding the tight end, Hooper. The reception good for 7. It's third down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. The drive will commence with a run by Lindsey. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Set, ready, 18 Gator, X3, 218, chop.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game.
Let's go, fella.
And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today. And Freeman lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Go. Go, Jackrabbit, come on. Ready?
On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. Oh, a heck of a move.
Man.
And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Protein spill. Smooth. Now.
He'll drop to throw. That's going to be caught. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Julio Jones. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point safely through, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. An incredibly short kick fielded way up there. And he's going to take this all the way down to the 40-yard line.
Now, that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Double count. Mike 7. Nice, sweetheart. Mike 7. Got you.
Throwing again. Wilson. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line.
It's interesting because when I'm watching college football and I'm evaluating guys for the draft now, my list of fullbacks, pure fullbacks, it's a very short list. I'm probably evaluating more punters and kickers now than I am fullbacks, but it doesn't matter what you call a position, it's who you put there, and there we saw completion.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down. So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Got it. 52. Watch 52. 52's the mic. Bring it. Off. 52. Right 52.
They're going on fourth down. It's Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb, and the Broncos will take over on downs. The D brought the house, they called the blitz, and they get to the quarterback, overwhelming the O-line.
And I would love to know, and we'll find out later on, was that called before the play, or did they audible into it? Because defenses change plays as well as offenses. Sometimes they get the set they want. They go right to the blitz, and in this case, they nailed it. Got right to the quarterback. No chance on that fourth down.
Go out. Shit. Tighten up.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Second and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on second and 12. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, Echo. Leo.
They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp. So on fourth down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Miles Jack. And to the 43. So down inside the 45 to the 43-yard line. That's where they'll take over.
At the 43-yard line.
On the double. 54, right there. 54, Mike. Hey, Sam off. Get it.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, Delta.
Alert 3. Mike 5-5. Mike 55. Mike 5-5. Squeeze, double.
Rock it. Bam. Hey, check 25.
They'll look to throw here. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Yannick Ngakoue able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
3rd and long.
Ready, set, hard. 54. Clear. Check, go.
Back to throw. He's got this complete to Hamilton. The end result, 21 yards. From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
A gain of 21 yards. First down.
They're going to look to throw. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Drop deep.
Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down.
And that was a nice, strong run by the guy they call the field general.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Hey, Alpha.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver.
That's it, huh?
It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Broncos push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of a group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. They run it with Carson, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Trey Boston shot through on the safety blitz for the sack.
40.
55, Mike, guys, 55. Hang it. I'm getting tired of seeing this.
Good.
They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. Wow, first and goal, and defensively all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
A lot can go wrong when you call a play like this down in the red zone, but that's where you appreciate this from your head coach. He's not afraid to trust his guys to do the right thing, and as a player, that means an awful lot.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And it's no good. Oh, he misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at his 4.
The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Second and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6.
Go on.
He's coming. We got double up.
Go.
Mike 54. Mike 50.
Now.
Second and 6. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's third down. He'll look to throw. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. Move the chains. A gain of 7 on third down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. Switch, switch. Under 10, under
Lock it. Shoot.
They'll run here with Lindsey. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A Bronco 1st down there, 12 yards on the play.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Mike, hey, shoot. 55. Let's get this ball back. Look at me. Go. Get it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Ready? Mike.
Now back to throw. That is incomplete.
NFL quarterbacks work so hard on their mechanics, and they do so much repetition and practice, off-season, the whole deal. They expect it to be autopilot once the games start. That way it eliminates any type of pressure of the game, pressure of people in your face, all of that. That didn't shine through on that throw, though, did it?
No. A little bit of a dangerous pass and off target, too. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This will be 3rd and a mile.
Hey, wahoo! Check. Go.
They'll set up a throw. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a 1st down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Trick the team.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson has got Hooper on the short connection. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively. Brings up 4th down.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Got you, punk. Mike 9. Hey, we gotta get to that. Mike over there. Watch the slats. Watch the slats.
The Seahawks will go for it. It's Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Wilson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Let's go, D. Check safety, check safety.
Again, Wilson. Dancing to his left. He'll run it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Gun. Run fast.
Eyes on 85.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Green 80.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
They'll run this with Homer. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Oh, partner, that play brought back memories. Watching them string it out, letting the runner get all the way to the sideline area, but not letting him get out of bounds. They formed that picket fence and didn't allow him through.
Not only that, got him for a loss as well here. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. As they now sit just a 2-point conversion away from tying this game up in the 4th quarter. And a pause in the action because the booth, they see something that they want to take another peek at to find out if this was a touchdown or not.
Touchdown, Seahawks.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. From the shotgun, Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
Ready?
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Come for you, son.
Look, squeeze.
No.
Leo. Shoot.
They'll go again with Lindsey. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Switch. Slam.
On first down, Lindsey. They find some open field here. The 40, past the 20. And all the way home for a Bronco score. Philip Lindsey, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos push further out in front. He's turning in a heck of a game. He's creeping up towards 200 yards, a pair of touchdowns now to go along with it.
There's so many things we can talk about in his game because we're seeing it all from him, but I love his vision. He's seeing the holes develop. He's seeing holes develop before they actually open. He's making sure he's getting to the right places, very decisive in his cuts, but his vision has been the key to all these big runs in this game.
And on that last long run, we got a pretty good look at his speed as well. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Here's Wilson. Flushed out right. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. To give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8. Throwing now is Wilson. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
My 52. I'm coming after you. I'm
Far left.
coming after you. What's up?
49, check 49.
Mike 52. Let's pick it up. It's Aaron time.
Wilson to throw. Now a desperation throw. Deep down. Oh, wide open. Complete. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they have now chopped this lead down to 3.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Extra point right down the middle, and the lead is down to 2. So a minute and change to go, and this is going to be an onside kick. And the Broncos are going to get the football. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And they will take a knee here. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just over a minute to go in the game. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they take a knee. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Well, going into the final play of this game,